Alright, let's go. Ping versus Overclocked. So, for those that didn't see the Balanced Hero Survival, go watch it. And essentially, there is a grudge between Overclocked and Ping. And the winner. Well, I don't know if there's really any punishment for Ping losing in this. But if Overclocked loses, he go and get banned. Overclocked chose random. Starting off at the top left here. I can talk because I did tell them to both turn off my stream, so I'm trusting that they've done that. So I can talk as if I'm giving away positions, etc. He's got the human. If it was just me, I'd already be trying to find a way to exploit this camp, but it's never worth it, really. Only as Orc, because they can do good damage with the Blade Master and trap the Orc Golem, the Rock Golem inside of here. But human, you may as well just come over with your Militia. Now, Ping is obviously going to get off to a much slower start. He's gone with the Ted Fiend build. He's got the Graveyard into Crypt, and then Sigalt. So, going to take a while for him to get cracking. So this is where human has their chance to shine, is to do a little bit of extra creeping before the Death Knight cometh and causes trouble. A scout by Overclocked. Is he going for neutral hero? I think he's going to go for Firelord. I think he might do it. Because he's scouting towards the middle here. You could argue that you could scout down to this position, then to the left, and then you know your opponent's at the top right if you did it that way. So he's not really scouting, he's just going for his hero. He's got Blacksmith in the background here. Smart, not wasting too much time with Trash Footman. Rifleman versus Fiends. If the Death Knight aura is good, the Fiends should triumph on that. The Lich should definitely do really good against the Rifles. But it takes a while, so it's kind of a high priority for Undead to tech up. He's got his hero building, he's got his Tomb of Relics, so his build order's pretty good at the moment. It's lining up. He's not decided how many footmen, maybe just one more. Wasn't sure in that second one. Blacksmith's almost finished, getting a shop. Here it is, the Firelord. 20 agility off the bat. Ping with the early aggro and the creep to pull them back and get started on the creep camp. So doing well already. Not easy to do though. Definitely harder in that position because you've got to drag them further. Just get one more hit off at least and that'll drag them back. Overclocked, stepping up with the lava spawn. The next creep camp nearby is a bit trickier though because it's no warden and it has purge against the lava spawn. Wow, two fiends. Death Knight ready to pick up some items. Peasant looking at the bottom left, didn't find any Undead Blight, so he knows that's not where his opponent is. Undead have Blight, so you gotta watch out for that. It's a bit of a giveaway. Is he going for expansion? No, he's not got that many peasants, so I think he intends to tech up at some point. He's been quite sensible in the amount of peasants he's built. He's just creeping, basically. And with these lava spawns, he should be able to do it. They've been buffed recently, so it takes less hits for them to split. So they should be more reliable. Riflemen are being produced, obviously, when the food is allowed, so farm is needed on that. A little low on the farm, but to be fair, you could just lose a footman and then you can get that rifleman, so I'll probably just kill that footman off, really. Both players actually going for some creeping here. They're ignoring that normal orange spot that used to be done back in the day and going for the expansion orange spot. Because they've got the range units, they can kind of get away with it. Level 2 Firelord, Circlet of Nobility, very good item early on. Rod of Necromancer almost out. Always got to try to pick up more of those whenever you can because it's so good for creeping, just kind of like these lava spawn. Ah, some militia are coming over, it's just 2. So he wants to keep his options open, but the downside is you can't really tech and do that unless you're going to go for a lumber mill over here or something and slowly get lumber again and then build the expansion. It's a bit ambitious. This is always the hardest thing with human is if you go for the expansion it puts off your tech so long. It's very difficult to do. Teching for Ping. More fiends. Needs more cigarettes to keep that production going. So he'll realise that in a moment. Firelord certainly can get nuked. So it's a possibility that I think from these red spots you can actually get the item that reduces spell damage taken. I think he plans to do this. I reckon healing up the footman wasn't worth it. Scroll of Regeneration is pretty expensive. I think it should be cheaper, really. He's spotted an intent to expand, which might be a good thing for Ping because his expansion is going to be facing Overclocked, which isn't ideal. But you could expand down there, which is much better because it's like that much further away from your opponent. So his next acolyte that tries it might go down instead. Picking up another rod. So close. The night time makes it hard to see each other, but surely now, if he looks, he'll spot it because Overclock pulled back there to kite the mobs. Rifle going to take a whack there. The Death Knight could actually kill that if he just chased it with another coil, so that really sucks to lose a rifle here. Those are expensive units, and it's hard to get those stacked. There it goes. He just has to run from this situation. There's no way you can... You can't beat Undead. You can't profit versus Undead at this stage. There's just no... This is the thing, they just have so much control. Every engagement is going to be a negative engagement for you. Although, having said that, Incinerate's certainly doing some work. Purely on the Death Knight. Ping is actually... These players are playing well. Their micro is actually good, considering. Ping was baiting that. He knew he was taking damage, but he was also getting damage done to Overclock's hero as well, with the Fiends. Well, Ping's playing this pretty well. The lumber mill stacked up a bit more lumber. The tech to tier 2. What's it going to be? A second hero? Or just Firelord? He has bought some time. Ping has the better army for creeping, so the more he chases after... Oh, he really wanted to go for the expansion at the top again, though. I don't think that was a good idea. I thought he cleared this, but it still shows orange here, so he might have abandoned it. Can't waste your time chasing the fight. Technically, you can scare him off and keep that expansion, but I don't know if you'd want to. If this is me, I'm like... A lot of the time, I actually just continue creeping. I just say, screw it. I always sacrifice my stuff quite easily and readily. Now, this is an interesting attempt to try to cut him off, but it's a bad move, because Overclock stutter micro. Ah... That's such a weird play. That damage from Incinerate is insane though. You're going to have to TP. There it is. He just got a bit more experience though. Overclocked is actually pulling this back. That was a really bad engagement there. So this was an obsession with trying to keep an expansion that never should have been built in the first place. And the numbers are bad for Ping. He's lost a lot of Fiends there. He really needs to work on his hero, his levels, and then just nuke the Rifleman for free experience later on. He should be creeping like crazy. Overclock's going to put some pressure on now, which is definitely tough. Might have to invest in a tower. He's getting the one that's slightly at the back, which is probably the better play. The one at the front's already going to take a bunch of damage now. It's going to be annoying having to lose it. This is where you have to do some free damage with those Fiends. But there's no way to do this now. This is one of the times where it's turned around. Because normally the Undead has all the control, but Overclocked has a lot more control here. Oh, I wouldn't have done that. Can't engage too deeply here. Got to back off. It's a very difficult position. You really just got to get whatever you can. Every little hit without taking any damage pretty much, which is near impossible to do, but... The Necropolis upgrade will be good, because that can slow if Overclock gets a bit too close. Pull back. Coil. Okay, gets a footman, at least. But you should be moving these two back right now. Good fight, though. Overclock securing an expansion during this, though, is pretty nasty. Nice snipe on the rifle. It's possible to go on the hero. Almost has a surround. Oh my god, you've got the surround! With enough damage. Oh, just body block him, get extra hits. Okay. Sends him back. Now is the best time to go creep. If he comes over here to stop the expansion, it's going to be too risky because there's still a big army on Overclocked. He seems intent on coming over, but that's not the right play. The right play is just to get back now, creep, gets an extra level, get Unholy Aura, because he really needs Unholy Aura. Otherwise this fight isn't going to go well for him, and he's just losing time. Whisper him. Yeah, he's... Oh, stop taking this expansion at the top, for God's sake. If he learns anything from this game, it's going to be that. Never seen someone so stubborn. What on earth is this obsession with this base at the top? You can't kill the Fire Lord either because he's got the Paladin to support, so there's no benefit from having this fight. There's zero benefit from this fight whatsoever. You had to have gone and crept, even potentially crept that, although it's a bit tough. Anything to just get yourself some items and some... He needs the Lich as well, but he's so low on gold because he's lost units. This is rough for ping. Too many fiends are being lost and the rifle clump is getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, he's got a lot of gold overclocked. He's hoping for one sneaky kill on that Fire Lord. There is no teleport. If he slows the Fire Lord, it's maybe possible, but not really. He'd have to buy health pot and mana pot, but it's too much investment, and he's taking too much damage in the course of it. Theoretically, he can do it in about 3 seconds, but can the coil land? It's not going to land in time. Well done there, Overclocked. You managed to get those super fast right clicks to make sure that the Death Knight went down before the coil could land. This is definitely hard for ping. It does not look like Overclocked is getting banned today, as much as people would request and demand it. His sins have been... What's the term? What's the word? Not necessarily redeemed. I'm not sure what the word is I'm looking for. Perhaps you guys know what the word is. Absolved? Atoned for? Yeah, those are better terms. Which one do you think? Absolved or atoned for? What is this? It's not that hard. There's literally there's like a troll and an ogre here. That's probably what's left over here. Just go kill that and then be done with it. But it's way too late now at this point. I mean, it's never too late, but it's not good. Need that Lich for the, well, to level up the Lich, but also get the control from it. That's not an easy creep camp to sort of manipulate. Whilst you're waiting for the Death Knight. That's the worst thing. When you lose your hero, you got to wait. It's a level 3 hero, isn't it? So it takes forever. Absolved means he didn't necessarily work for it. Instead, it's just granted by some shoulder rubbing. So absolved. He has atoned for his sins for sheer dominance. Atoned is more like you've actually done something to earn it. And he has kind of a... He's played the game to earn it, but I don't know if that justifies what he did, necessarily. Like if someone, say for example, beat up an old lady and then decided afterwards to go save 5 other old ladies, then you could say he atoned for his sins, maybe. It's a bit of a weird analogy, but it's like he's done something good multiple times to at least make up for the bad thing that he did. Priests are coming in now. Maybe want a damage upgrade now. Damage upgrades aren't that important. Only once you start to mass a particular type of unit and get enough of them. 2 Neil rifles are really good though. A typical play is Paladin, Blood Mage, 2 Neil rifles with priests. Well, actually no. If you go in tier 3, you get priests, and you can get the inner fire. That's for the late game. But you try to kill them before that point if you can, with just the physical raw power of mass riflemen. If he was found innocent of his first supposed neglect, then that would be absolved. But he wasn't. He's not innocent. We know he's guilty. So it's still struggling to find the right word to describe Overclocked in this situation. The Lich is finally out, but it's so slow. Like, it's too much running around now. There's too much profit for Overclocked. It's level 2 and 4. Nice item there for the Firelord. That's pretty insane. He's not going to go for it though. It's more important to actually do damage in this fight. As much as you might want him to go for that item. Oh, he's got the surround and ping. There's no way out of this. He can't reach the shop. He can't sacrifice enough units. Oh, nuked into oblivion. The right clicks from the Incinerate plus the potential nuke from Holy Light. What's with the lull? It's not very mannered. This Firelord is attacking so quickly, man. It's crazy. All he's got is a circlet of nobility. Penance? Penance, maybe. Exonerated. The chat are going to be so triggered by these boots not being picked up. He's got so many units, he's not even got them hotkeyed properly. I would one versus one him, but it's not justified because technically this isn't my fight. This is Ping's fight. Well, best of one as far as I know. Can sure give Ping another chance if he's up for it afterwards to fight Overclocked again. But he's going to have to win 2 times in a row. So, not sure. Firelord just trying to solo this army now. Incinerate is so cool. The potential of it. Clearly good hero sniper. There's the rune braces. Reduces spell damage. You can get that from this creep camp? I didn't think you could get that from there. Damn. That's really good against Undead. Can't really ask for better than that. The items he's got are insane. Circlet, plus 6 agility, and then any nuke on him is going to like do 33% less damage. Oh my gosh. The nukes are coming in, but the Paladin heal keeps it going. Maybe there's like a mana pot bought, another Lich nuke. He could actually kill the Firelord here. He has to do it now though, pretty much. Oh, he gets it! The combo! He lost a bunch of fiends for that. Overclock getting cocky. It is possible to kill him, even with that item. That's just how good Undead nuke is. Oh my god, if he gets the Paladin as well, this is actually a bit of a comeback. He's got all the corruption and Lich. Just don't lose your hero. Pull it back! Oh, he's so late to pull it back. Oh my god. Just get everything back. Don't panic. Now, he's of course got to deal with Overclocked having 3,600-ish gold, which is a bit of a pickle. Hey there, Grinchy. Ping's not in a profitable position. He's at 68 gold, so he's... Since he started losing those fiends, it became so expensive for him to buy stuff back. He'll get a few unit kills here. That certainly brings him back into the game, but remember, Overclocked got a 70 food army, and he's just instantly bought his heroes back, so now he's up to... Well, he's back up to snuff. Moving on to level 5 on the Firelord, he can go. Go, go, go. Ping can't do much other than just sit in his base at the moment. Oh, here we go. I mean, to be fair, this is probably the best time to go for it out of all the times beforehand, because it seems like the least likely time that Overclocked would have one. That expansion kind of cost him the game, really. It's the sort of thing I make a mistake a lot in 1 versus 1, is I get obsessed with trying to get an expansion and just stubbornly go for it. Even though it's a terrible idea. He's trying to bait. Overclocked wants him to go for his hero again. Hello, future me popping in here. At this point, this is where my graphics card decided to go kaput. So, unfortunately, both my monitors went black, and that was it. No matter what I did, changing the ports around or turning the computer off and on again multiple times with different configurations, I couldn't get it to operate. In the end, the graphics card still kind of technically works. We had to put a HDMI cable in because the display ports stopped working for whatever reason, and this graphics card has 3 display ports and 1 HDMI. So had 1 HDMI just to get through the night to basically look up where to get another graphics card from. So ended up getting a sort of, not this exact same one, but I got another 1080 Ti, which is what I had before. It's a palette one. This time I got an EVGA. This one's got 3 fans. Trying it out. It's sort of used, obviously, but the good thing is you get 2-year warranty with it. So basically I've only just had it in for about half an hour, so I thought the first thing I'll probably do is record the rest of this game, because I couldn't finish it last night, so I had to use the export from Twitch that I had available, download, and then in Sony Vegas I'll record this separately. This is why this is probably quite jarring for you, actually, is because I just spent like 2 or 3 minutes explaining what's going on. Otherwise, before you knew that, nothing was going wrong. So, all things being well, I'm back up and running. This just has to last as long as it needs to last until I do get myself a proper PC. But ideally, I'm waiting for like the Windows 12 specs, so we know, and we don't know yet, but when it does come out, what sort of PC range to aim for. 40 series, 30 series, graphics card wise, what motherboard, etc, etc. So for now, I just went with what should work, because that other graphics card, it lasted for 7 years of me using it basically consistently every day and doing rendering and editing every now and then. So, you know, this happens. It happens. Ideally, it would have lasted just long enough before I decided to get myself a new computer, which would probably be closer towards the end of this year. Halfway through this year, end of this year, most likely, if not a bit later if I want to be even lazier, into the next year. However, and when I say this year, I mean 2024. Basically, I've already got used to being in 2024. Shall we continue this game, though? I apologise. Let's get going. So, where we left off, Overclocked has got his army behind. He's got his hero filled up with items. He's got the boosted speed, parry up to vitality, making him even more tanky. So I think he bought that from the shop probably because he had excess amounts of cash last time I checked. Oh yeah, he sure does. And Ping is just trying his best to go for those hero focuses. That's all he can wish for. But like I say, that rune brace is such a good pickup for Overclocked as well. And these right clicks are so good with the right click micro stutter step. Even the healing from the statues is trying its best to mitigate the damage. Statues under threat, Death Knight under threat. It's just not happening, is it really? But on the bright side, this expansion... Oh no, never mind. A Rifleman managed to find the expansion. There you go, that's me leaving the game. This is the replay from Dark Mega. Oh man, I got all the way to the end, and now I've got to basically record this little extra bit for you guys, and then put this in Sony Vegas. This is probably going to take like an hour plus to render. I suppose I can test off the graphics card, whether it can still render or not. Oh, I see. Leave, Overclock being bad-mannered, and Ping not happy about it, so... I feel like there was no true resolution here, and perhaps this is the bad ending. But, at least we have an ending. Conclusion is here. Why you gotta be so obnoxious about it? Ping asks. Man. Yeah, I sure did, DC. Jesus. 1 versus 1 brings out the best in people, huh? This is why I had to stop doing 1 versus 1, because it would just make me so angry all the time. And there you have it. Wow, that was a good game. Both players did very well. There was a moment for Ping to come back there, but I think it fell apart with the top expansion and trying too hard to sort of focus heroes. recommendation is obviously to nuke heroes, but you have to get the levels in order to do that more easily, aka creep up, get the Lich and the Death Knight up to a respectable level, level 5 Death Knight, level 3 Lich, ideally, and get the nuke game on, and then go for the heroes. But if you can't kill the heroes, or you're not even close to killing the heroes, you're essentially wasting a lot of time. You're taking damage trying to hit something and take it out that you can't. So all those fiends, all those obsidian statues are basically bearing the brunt whilst you're trying to go for the heroes. So that's why it didn't really fall into plan there for Ping. So I guess the conclusion is Overclocked is not banned because Ping wasn't able to defeat him this day. Perhaps Overclocked will overstep his mark again one day, and another opportunity will arise to ban him. But otherwise, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Take care.